Here we go, guys. Oh, so much mud and dirt. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. How do you get mud in the windshield channel? What you think, Fred? Yeah, Fred says that we should probably try to get the windshield installed on the CJ7 today. So, waiting on parts for the engine. That engine is likely sold and trans, which is good. Someone's going to take that to their home and not my home, which I'm happy about that. And, well, yeah, we're working on the Jeep again today. So, while I'm waiting on parts, I figured let's just not have too much downtime here since I have some time in the afternoon again. And, well, I think what we're going to do is try to at least pull the dash off. Now, we're not pulling the dash off completely. I have an idea, and I'm hoping it's going to work. I'll say it wasn't my idea. I think I saw it somewhere. But in order to pull the dash off in the CJ7, the column is actually surrounded by the dash itself. There's no cut here, and with there being no cut there, there's no way to pull it off and over the column. So to pull it all the way out, you actually have to pull the column out, and I don't want to do that. I looked into what it takes to pull the column out, and it's not that difficult, but it's also kind of intrusive, meaning that like things are working right now. So if things are working, I don't want to make them not working in the future. So what we're going to try to do is I've already pulled, there's a cover that goes over the column, and I've got it in this mess somewhere. I pulled that off, and that should allow us to move it back some, because I have to be able to get my hand up in here to put some nuts and stuff on the back of these hinges that the windshield bolts to. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to pull all these nuts out, except for the ones that are like here and here and on the corner, or maybe even here. And I have instead bought some really long 4-inch bolts that are going to go in place of a couple of these. And these are the big bolts. I don't remember the thread pitch. I'll try to look it up and remind you guys. But before I do that, I'm gonna pull all these things off. Now, it takes the T25 Torx, which unfortunately, these are the only 2 avenues I have for that. So it's going to take me a little bit to get off because I'm not using one of the impact drivers. I have lost that socket at some point in time in my life. So let's get to pulling all these bolts out. What do you say? Okay, so where's my tool? It's over there. These are the big long 4-inch bolts that I was talking about, and I've got them screwed into 2 existing screws. They might even be 6-inch bolts. They're pretty long. I've got 1 bolt left here to come out. At least I think that's all I have left. And hopefully this is going to do what we need it to. I really need to find the right socket though, because boy would it have been a lot faster to use the gun on this. Now, hey, look at that. I think this is going to do what we want it to. It's going to allow us to pull the dash back away so we can get up into the dash itself to do things. Look at that. Now I've got to kind of come up over this trim, unless I can pull this trim off, which I don't think I can. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I wonder if I can finagle this some. Taking a risk. Small risk, not a big risk. Pull this out, see if I can pick it up enough. Yeah, look at that. That gives me room to get up under here and to get to the, man, that's awesome. That's gonna work great. Cool. All right, let me show you guys up close. Let me show you what this is gonna do. In order to get these hood hinges on, you have to put nuts on the back of them. And this speaker is kind of in the way, this one right here. Now I can get back up in here. Ooh, maybe. I'll show you guys. Look at that. Can you see me from there? Hi. Now we can get my little paw back up in there and get to those nuts and make this installation of the windshield a whole lot easier. So I'm glad that worked out. Let's look at the other side. It seems just fine. Plenty of room, yep. See my finger poking in there? And there's two on this side as well. So that's going to make installation so much easier, not to mention all of these knobs and trim rings and stuff like that. I have all new ones. We're going to replace them all. So all the switches, all the levers for the heaters or whatever else, I have all that. So this, just moving this up a little bit, that's going to be a pretty big deal. It's going to be pretty significant and really help us out. So do it at your own risk, because I'm definitely scratching that trim piece there, but I don't give two craps about that trim piece. I can always sand it down and repaint it. So how cool is that? While I'm in here, I'll see if there's any other wiring I can remove. They had some kind of radio hijacked up in here, and I'm probably going to cut all that out. They did cut the dasher radio, but I guess I'll just have to find one and put one in to make it happy. It doesn't look like someone stole it before because of the way that the metal is. So, cool. Very cool. You know, don't lean on it, but it'll work. It'll do the job. Now let me see if I can go get the windshield carefully and get it set up to prep to go on. I got it out by myself. Windshield frame, that is. And we are ready to install this wonderful gasket, which is a brand new gasket. And it's going to go in between the frame. There's like 9 screws to hold it in. It's not too terribly difficult. If you look at it on one side, it has this lip. This lip is what goes over this lip here. It's going to be kind of easy to install, I think. It just kind of goes in place here, and you can see where it all screws in. Now, I've got a couple interesting areas that aren't going to screw in so well, so I'm going to do it all by hand. I'm not going to be using a power screwdriver for it, but we're just going to work it in, run all the screws in, and see how it works. There are these screws that have these aluminum washers on them, so they should hold everything in place pretty well. I'm going to start in the middle here, and I'm going to fold this piece back and try to get it over the lip right here. And I think I'll start from the middle and then work out. Ooh, check that out. It's happy with that. Very happy with that. Let's keep doing that. Keep doing that. Make sure we're lined up. Here. I think I can do all that side now. Can I drop more stuff? Okay, so I need to be able to stretch this a little bit work with the gasket some. So I put some rags underneath the frame. That took me forever to get out, didn't it? Cool. And that's helping me. That's good. Cool. Ta-da! It's on. I don't think that one is compliant with life anymore, but I think we're good. It's on. Fits pretty good. Went in pretty well. No complaints. It looks like it's the right side. Lip is, I can feel it on the outside here. So we're good. So now we're gonna look at these guys, which are things that I bought and painted a long time ago, which are OE hinges. And if you don't remember, or this you're new to the channel, this thing had some terrible like steel chrome hinges that were just rusting away, locked up, messed up. So I threw those away, and I bought a set of used ones on eBay, and I sanded and painted them body color, and they look pretty good. So now we got to put the hinges on. So I've been thinking about how I want to do that. I could just go ahead and bolt them to the frame here. We could do that. Or I could bolt them to the cab. The thing is, I think it's going to make more sense to bolt them to the cab first, get them in place, right? They're not going to be like fully locked down because we got some adjustment to do. But if I can get those in place first, which a nut goes through here and a bolt goes on the other side for 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them, we should be good to go. Well, it'll allow us to put the frame on up here and allow us to get the bolt started that way, get it rocked back, get everything tightened up. So that's my plan. I think that's what we're going to do. Here we go, guys. Oh, so much mud and dirt. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. How do you get mud in the windshield channel? How? Look at that. Whoops. There we go. Oh no. Man, we are way off on these. This has been a bit of a conundrum, but I think I got it figured out. So, first of all, I could not get this hinge to line up with these guys here. Well, thanks to a piece of a 2x4, which puts the windshield at a better angle, I have remedied that issue. However, these built-in nuts, or what a plate, or whatever you want to call it, had seen better days. So I went after it with a tap, and I've cleaned up the threads. So now I think I'll be able to put a nut in here, or a bolt in here, because I've already ruined a couple. All right. Let's move it up. Okie dokie. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now I've learned my lesson, so I'm going to go in here with the tap and not sitting all the way flat because of the dash, but that's okay. We'll figure it out here in a second. But yeah, two more over there. Oop. There we go. That's better. It's kind of a Jeep again. It's back on. It's kind of a Jeep again. It looks whole again. It hasn't been whole in a long time, and I think I may have shown you some pictures of it or video of it before, but it looks good. It looks really good. There's probably some adjustments that can be made. These down here I think can move. These up here really can't. This is the hole that I fixed with the welder, welded a nut in, so it definitely has no room to move. And there's plates in here where these things bolt into, and these plates are pretty much welded in place. So I don't really have much adjustment as far as that goes. However, you know, we'll have to play with it if I ever put the doors on it, which eventually I probably will. But it's going to get a bikini top, and then we'll play with the doors eventually. I think it looks pretty good. It's got a pretty good gap right here. I don't know if I can fix that. That might be just a high spot from before, but maybe I can throw a little goop in there, try to keep some water out of it, or maybe it'll let water drain out. I don't know. It looks good. It looks a lot better than it did before. That's what I'm getting at. Those stainless steel ugly things, and I may have messed up my paint with some brake clean there, so I'm going to have to play around with getting that back up to snuff, but that is a whole lot better than it was. So there you go. Windshield reinstalled. If you want to go see how I kind of resurrected this windshield, I'm gonna put a video in the description. Go back and check it out if you don't remember. And it was a long video. Sorry, it wasn't a long video. It was a lot of tasks, a lot of things to do, but really happy with how it turned out. The Jeeps are really dirty right now. I can't wait to wash it, but boy, do we have some mechanical stuff to take care of first. So, CJ7 is coming back to life, getting a second chance at life, I guess you could say, and that's what I love doing here. We do it a lot. Second chance at life. That thing has been through the ringer and back. That's getting a second chance at life. You know, that's the motto today. My poor Dakota over there is probably getting its fifth chance at life. It should probably be dead, but it's not. So we got lots of stuff going on. Thanks for checking out and hanging out with the Jeep. If you like the stuff that we're doing, please consider subscribing, hanging out with us, leaving a comment, sharing with your friends, all that stuff that everybody tells you to do because it helps us out. That's how you can support us. It's free. If you want to check us out on Instagram and Facebook, you can do it at the RacerX Garage. And you can get some hoodies or some hats or some other things at our website at racerxgarage.com. Thank you guys so much. I hope 2025 is going to continue to be an awesome year. We got a lot on deck here. So until next time, y'all know the deal. Y'all be good.